Cage Minds, Micah Frankel with you. February 24th, Rio Rancho Events Center. We have Tiller teaming up with Teresa Tapia. It's Tapia Fight Night here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. On the card, he's unbeaten. He's climbing the ranks. He's joining us right now. Abel Mendoza, how you doing, sir?
Good, good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to see the local boxing scene on fire. Excited to see you on a big card and intrigued to hear a lot of what you've been up to recently, including where you are. Let's start off first off with what kind of endeavor you just came away from. Did I see you sharing a ring and sizing up Manny Pacquiao?
Yeah, yeah. We were there together, um, in the workouts, and I just went up to the ring and I started shadow boxing too.
As a young boxer, what does that mean to you now to hit this global stage? What did that moment mean to you to be in that open workout space with a living legend?
It was cool, man. I mean, Pacquiao, he's a legend. He's done a lot for the sport. He's you could say, I mean, he's probably the best fighter in history. Coming from the flyweight all the way up to middleweight, I mean, it's crazy.
And how much are we being real here on the social media? I see you sizing me up. You want to fight him? You can tell us. You want to fight him?
Yeah, I mean, the fight, yeah, definitely. I mean, supposedly he wants to come back, and I'm here.
You're out there. You step in that ring in that environment overseas. What was that all like for you being in that size of an event?
I mean, the whole world was watching. I mean, Manny Pacquiao, everybody watches Manny Pacquiao, and just being there and um, finally getting some exposure because for a long time, um, I have over 30 professional fights, but I really never had a promoter. Now that I'm working with Triller and Teresa Tapia, I've just been getting a lot more exposure, and we're just looking for bigger and better fights.
Being on that world stage, seeing what's possible, getting with Tiller, does that almost like turn that fire up inside you a little bit more?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Triller. Now that I know that I'm working with them, and uh, I mean, this is what I've been waiting for. So it's what I've been working for, and we're here.
We head towards this fight on the 24th. Right now, I heard you're out in California. What is camp looking like and how has it been going?
It's been going good, man. I mean, camp, of course, always hard, always tough, but we're ready. We're ready to go, and we've been getting ready for quite a while, and we stay ready. So uh, it's time.
How much of the secret ingredients in your recipe are you able to share with us? Who do you go out there to California to work with?
So my coach, his name's Dynamite. We got a few guys in our camp. And we just get to go to work. We go down to Tijuana or we go down to San Diego. Canelo trains here sometimes. Um, we could go to his gym, but San Diego's where it's at for me. I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful city. I love it.
How long have you been doing this for? And what was the thought process behind taking yourself away from home and I guess really enduring a rough camp, taking you out of your comfortable environment?
Uh, you know, um, it's San Diego is beautiful. I mean, to start in a new city is, of course, it's hard, but San Diego really doesn't make it hard because it's so beautiful and the environment, um, healthy people. So to start somewhere new and fresh, I'm glad it was San Diego because, like I said, it's really beautiful.
The opponent on the 24th is going to be Ernesto Guerrero. You have a
Mhm.
71 fight vet ahead of you, easily to call him a wily vet. What do you think of this matchup?
You know, he's been around. He's been around forever. He's gone the distance with contenders, world title challengers. He fought Ruben Villa, went the distance with him. Uh, so you know, we know he's seen it all. So we just got to stay ready, and we're prepared. We're in shape, and hopefully bring home the victory.
Where you are right now with Taylor, it looks like this is the building blocks. This is where we start building your name and you can start screaming out for some of these bigger fights. Do you already kind of have a plan in place of how many of these introductory fights there is before we're having you world title main event?
Yeah, yeah. Triller's got a plan for me, and you know, we're looking at maybe Santa Cruz, or even Pacquiao. Pacquiao is an option. Um, Pacquiao says he wants to come back and do real fights, so he's an option. Um, but you know, Triller, they're doing good things, and looking for main event fights, like you said, and big fights.
How do you describe what they're doing for you? It kind of felt like you said, you're out there being your own man in this sport that's a wild, wild west. And being out there kind of in your own life raft leaves you as a solo man at sea. Does it feel different now being with Taylor and feeling that there's a direction to get you noticed?
Yeah, yeah. You know, it feels different. Like you said, it's more motivating. That fire is in me more. It's always been in me, but now that I'm working with Triller, I know that I'm actually working towards something, not just what if. You know, it's always I've always been like, I hope there's a chance that I can be in the position that I'm in now. And now that I know I have this opportunity, it just like you said, it just more fire to the fuel,
And
more fuel to the fire.
I believe last time that we talked, you had said the dream fight for you, the one you were targeting at that point, was Leo Santa Cruz. Do you feel like that is now even more closer to being a reality, that that's like a real option here?
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like that fight is really possible this year. Um, so he's an option, and you know, we're ready for him. It's just up to
30,
them if they're ready and if they want it at the end of the day.
33 fights into your career. You sign these
I've
contracts, you
actually
start
have I've actually had 35, but two haven't. I guess they weren't uploaded. I'm not too sure why, but it's actually been 35. But still trying to get that up there.
35 and 0, 35
Yeah.
fights. When you start to have these conversations, is it almost emotional for you? Because this feels like it had been a hard journey just to get into these rooms to have these conversations.
Yeah, it's been a long journey. Um, this is what I've been working towards my whole life, and to finally be here, it's been crazy, you know. And you know, had to take fights out in Mexico, you know, for pocket change. Um, and now that we're finally here, working with Triller on the big stage, it's where it counts. It's where what all those fights we did out there for, and finally get here. It's unbelievable.
A lot of work's been put in over these 35 fights. How do you now, you and the team, look at your game and even push it to another level?
So right now we're working on just perfecting my craft. You know, working on the mistakes, working on what we should have done the last fight to have it the knockout in within those 4 rounds because you know we missed out on a few opportunities. But you know, right now we're just working on the craft and making it better and perfecting it.
When you go around the world and circumstances change in front of you, opponent changes immediately, he's a bigger weight class than you're expecting. Do you really take too many negatives away from that scenario, or are there just too many positives to outweigh it? I mean, adjusting all that on the fly is
Yeah.
Commendable
Yeah, and
more than.
last minute, we found out he was a lefty. We really didn't get any sparring with lefties, southpaws. So that was an issue as well. Uh, yeah, it's like it's like you said, the positive just outweighs the negatives. Where we were ready and we weren't afraid of anybody, and whoever they put out there, we were just willing to take.
Do you feel any pressure going into February 24th on the cusp of where you want to go, and expectations be thy that you do something to push it further in that trajectory? Do you feel that there's pressure?
Oh yeah, there's always pressure. Always pressure. I mean, one loss, we just backtrack me, and we're trying to move forward, not move backwards. So there's always pressure. Always pressure. But you know what they say? Diamonds are formed under pressure.
How are you adjusting to this pressure? Does it feel like a different pressure to you?
It's the same thing, just another fight. Every fight is, I've been here before. It's nothing new.
It's nothing new. 35 fights in, fighting for the recognition. Why does Abel Mendoza keep pursuing his dream?
Why? I mean, why not? You only got one life, uh, and you just gotta bet on yourself. Take a chance.
And that was all beautiful sentiment. Any plans to come out here early?
Yeah, I definitely do plan on going to the Austin Trout and Diego Sanchez fight. I mean, both good guys, both friends of mine, and that's a fight that I'm excited for.
How do
Yeah.
you see that one going? You brought it up. Do you think this is going to be complete chaos?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be complete chaos. You know what, man? They're just both my friends, and I'm happy for whoever wins that fight, and whoever. I mean, just both. I'll be happy whoever loses. Both guys are good. Both have done incredible things in the sport, and I'm excited. I'm excited for that fight.
When I interviewed Austin, he said he wanted to be a 3 division world champion in bare knuckle. I was surprised he even wanted to get in that ring. Would we ever see you possibly take off the gloves in that manner?
Yeah, yeah. Fighting is fighting, and heck yeah, most definitely,
Well,
most
as long as we're
definitely.
going down this path, have you watched the events? Is it something that you've checked out as a fan?
Yeah, I've seen a few fights, and most definitely, I'd definitely be interested in it. And who knows, you might see me down the line, be KFC.
Do you think there's an opportunity just for that sport to be an avenue, to be an option for boxers, for MMA fighters, to give guys more activity?
Yeah, I definitely do. Seems like they're making fights happen, and it looks like good things are happening in the sport of BKFC. So I mean, they have the Austin Trout fight and Diego Sanchez. So just that in itself, I mean that's I'm not sure, but I think to me that seems like to be the biggest fight that they've ever had. I mean, both huge names, and of course MMA and boxing.
Definitely the biggest crossover fight the sport will ever see between the two different genres coming together. If we could let you match make any boxing super fight for this year, because there's a lot going on, which one would you want to have that ringside ticket to get to watch? Because there's a bunch people are talking about out there. And unfortunately, you do have to exclude yourself from being in the ring in this moment. This is you watching a fight.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen, but I would sure like to see the. You know what? There's two. I would like to see the Garcia and Davis, which I don't know if that is gonna actually happen. Uh, and I would like to see Pivo and Better Beef. Uh, yeah, Better Beef. I would like to see that fight.
Oh,
Yeah,
sick, sir. Like those
yeah.
choices. And also to learn a little bit more about you. What's the food that you miss the most when you're in this camp?
Uh, you know what? Probably enchiladas. haven't eaten those in a while.
And what's the post-fight celebration going to look like?
Just be with family, friends, and I'm expecting a big crowd to go out and support me in Albuquerque. I plan on packing the house, so I'm excited for that. First time fighting in Albuquerque. It's awesome. Albuquerque is like I've always enjoyed coming. I've always enjoyed Albuquerque. Always. I fought in the Golden Gloves in Albuquerque and won state. I think it was in 20. I can't remember what year, but I was still in high school, and that was amazing.
It feels like way too long. It's weird that you haven't fought up here yet, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is weird. Yeah.
So is this like a
But
pretty big notch off the to-do list for you?
yeah, it is. I mean, I've always wanted to fight in Albuquerque, so now that I'm finally getting an opportunity, it's awesome.
How active are
Yep.
you expecting this campaign to be your 2023 year? What is your outlook and your expectations?
Um, Hopefully I'll stay more active. Last year I was the most inactive that I've ever been in my whole career. Really, I just it's been difficult. It's been difficult getting fights. The more fights that I have, harder it is to get fights. I'm trying to look for big fights. Fighting more. I want the big fights, and now that I'm like I said, now that I'm working with Triller, I'm expecting that to happen.
Does the thought ever hit you about how nice it's going to be to write your story one day? The world champion that no one saw coming?
Yeah, you know, uh, there's a lot of people they doubt me. So once I'm able to prove them wrong, I'll finally be at peace.
He's Abel Mendoza. He's doing big things. Unbeaten. We got to get the record updated. 35-0 in Albuquerque. You guys can see him. Rio Rancho Events Center, February 24th. Rest of the world. Remember, Fight TV is the app. Tiller, it's Tapia
TV.
Fight Night. It's going to be a great event.
Yes, sir.
Got to thank you for the time, sir.
Yes, sir.